Is it the same opening?
Oh,
Yeah, it is Sicilian. No,
Yeah,
but this came from an English.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
This is something similar. No. Yeah, but it's something similar. Yeah, they had this position. Yeah.
Then there was the blunder, right, in that game.
Yeah, there was a big blunder. Yes, Magnus blundered. Vishy missed it, but the structure was the same. He took on c3. That's why I'm asking. It was the same opening or not?
It was a symmetrical English, but then White played d4 and e4. So I think transposition.
Yeah, it's somehow transposition. So that's I recognize the. So, but yeah, I think black should be very careful here. But who's white? Who's black?
So white is Grigory Oparin. So this is they're tied for first. Mizzou against Texas Tech. Black is Alexei Sorokin.
Yeah, but looks that he has to take on c3. But I wouldn't.
Should be two.
I wouldn't celebrate black's position. So that's almost exactly as was Magnus and Vishy did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember how he blundered. Rook h3.
Yeah, but this is now rook goes on g3 and then h5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on d3 or just he keeps rook on g3 and then I don't recall what Magnus did as a plan, but black definitely has very little to
maybe knight c5.
Maybe should he put pawn on h5?
Yeah, bishop g5, f6.
No, it's a pawn on h5.
Oh, white pawn on h5.
White pawn on h5. No, but now rook g3, king f8, rook d3, and then h5, bishop g3, bishop h4 check. That's what I would. That's the hopefully.
Yeah, he's pretty paralyzed. Rook g3, king f8, rook d3, king e7. Black needs to get the bishop out and go knight c5 quickly. Yep.
King f8, h5, bishop somehow, rook d3, king e8, bishop g3. Maybe f3, knight c5, rook d4, because knight c5 doesn't, rook on d4, you cannot exchange rooks. So black is under heavy pressure.
Yeah, this looks tough. Also, black is already down to 5 minutes, and Oparin has almost 10 minutes.
It's not surprising, because it's the. But though the opening is fairly trivial. Still, it's winning position. I guess not winning position, but transforming your advantage into win. That's always.
I think this plan is really strong. Yeah. And then push kingside pawns after that. H5, G4.
Yeah, it's the. You just have to make sure that after knight c5. Knight c5, rook d4. There's nothing black can do.
Yeah, Grisha should win this.
Yeah, should we check out maybe board 2 in this match? We have
let's go to board 2
playing. Sure. Let's go to board 2. Antipov is black. He is playing against up to something. I don't remember who this is.
No, but Mikhail is black. I am Seaman Kanin from Texas Tech.
Basically a GM.
Yeah, that looks a bit dangerous for black, yeah?
Wow, extremely. G6, knight f6, obviously.
Yeah. And probably bishop h6 is a threat, yeah?
Ooh.
Queen g3, bishop g5, knight f6.
Oh, very pretty.
That's nasty.
That was nice. Someone's done their tactics in the morning.
Yeah.
So maybe f5 is pretty radical, but
f5 then you go back. Knight probably goes back on f4 at one point.
Yeah, bishop f7.
Maybe rook e1 actually. You don't have to. Maybe rook e1 first.
Yeah, then I thought maybe g6.
Then maybe bishop h6, rook e8. Yes, then maybe knight f4. You know what? He played f5 now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played f5.
Yeah, the idea may be to play knight f4, and then somehow, but probably waiting rook e1, Rook E1.
Maybe this?
No, I thought about bishop B5. The knight F4, bishop F7, bishop B5, knight goes on D3, and then we'll start taking E5 square.
Interesting.
But maybe first Rook E1 because he has to play G. I mean, just to ask Black about their next move.
Maybe G5.
After Rook E1, G5.
I'm half kidding. But actually, it should be. I guess it should be calculated.
Rook E1, G5.
No.
And if I play Queen G3.
H6.
F4.
And then H4 or F4. Yeah.
H4, F4.
No, black is too weak.
Looks dubious. Let's make it.
It was very generous.
Yeah. Let's be diplomatic.
That was extremely generous. Yeah. F5 probably the best the black can do here. So this is the match between Antipov is also Mizzou. This is board 2. Texas Tech against Mizzou.
Right. Yeah. So both these teams are on 4.5 out of 5 match points right now, as are the I think the top 2 teams as well, UT-RGV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, happy to move to the next match, Gary. Whenever you want a fresh position.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the.
Actually, okay. I just thought about defending it. Let's move to another match.
Oh yeah, Rookie 1 played. So Kostya, this is Gazik Alexakis. That's the right board 1.
Yeah, I think that's board 1 the whole event. So this is actually National Technical University of Athens against UT-RGV.
What was the opening?
This was a
Bet Alekhine. Yeah, knowing Gazik,
wow.
he loves this stuff.
4 pawns, and now everybody is playing this G6. Like this is everybody plays this now.
Everybody plays G6 now.
G6 is like that's all I get online.
Oh,
I think the main line is just bad.
Why? But why not C5 here?
So C5 instead of
here is C5
B6?
because that's yes. Just in old days, I thought that C5. That's what they taught me when I was a kid. Now C5 is knight D7, knight F3. And then I don't see how black can actually attack white center.
Typical Alekhine position. Black is confined to the last 2 ranks.
Again, because otherwise, the bishop E6. That's already somehow that's the. But anyway, so that's what I thought. C5. That's what I would have done. Even without reading books. Bishop E6.
Bishop E6 to B3. Trade.
Okay, now
And
I understand. C5, D5, yes.
And bishop E5. And it's worked to perfection.
Rook C1, yes. Knight F3, bishop D6.
Wow, and bishop H6, he just played knight D7, going for the dark squares.
Yeah, but
Rook is just chilling on F8.
Actually, probably white. No, this is knight H4, E6. No, that's correct, yes.
And maybe takes in bishop D3. That doesn't look.
It's black hopes for just to build a stronghold there with the bishop. He played bishop D3 instantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bishop D3.
It's a comfortable position for white, yeah.
Despite losing the pawn. Weirdly.
Yeah, but this is what black can do. The pawn is a pawn, but you still have to make moves.
Yeah, why do people play the Alekhine? Kostya, maybe you have some insight on that. I played it in round 1 of the U.S. Champs, and
Let's go to the game before the board 1. We saw this is the Panarin game, yeah. So anything happened there?
Let's
he played
check
G4,
back in.
yes.
So this is Oparin against Sorokin.
Yeah.
He played, but he didn't put the rook on D4. He put it on D6. And now he's probably going to go bishop G2.
I don't know. I still thought rook on D4 is much better placed because he cannot take it. I mean, he can take it, but so.
But now he can take and go rook D8, and if the rooks are traded, like black is probably not worse.
That's a different ball game. But
yeah.
what's the? Is it white move or black move?
White's to move. Yeah, I don't. How does white make progress here?
I would still go rook d4.
Yeah.
I don't know, as the just to make sure that this rook d4, king c2, f3, and then pushing the pawns there.
Because bishop g2, black can take on d6, then
Bishop g2 is another story. Yes, so that's the.
Yeah, rook d6.
Maybe you
rook
should
d6,
sacrifice a
b7.
pawn. Yes, maybe king
Right.
d7, bishop c6, rook c8.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take on d6. Yes, first. Rook d6, rook
Yeah.
d6, king d7, or rook c8.
Oh, because you can't take because of the
Yeah,
knight
yeah,
d3 trick.
yeah, and that's the hope. This
King c2.
Okay.
very hot.
I feel like he was covering
So-
against knight d3. He wants to go bishop g2.
But again,
Yeah,
the
he
rook on
heard-
d6 is misplaced. The rook position is d4. Just you don't want a rook exchange, and you can have comfortably. You can push pawns on the king side. So with rook on d4, he can play h5, g5, and then black would have a major problem, because they will have to eventually either quit d file or or take on d4.
Yeah, and that structure is terrible. It happens in the Caro-Kann with like bishop f6 ideas later.
Yeah,
If you have a
this
pawn on
the
h5.
that's what I thought. Again, rook on d4, and then you just mobilize your piece. Maybe again also bishop g2 at one point.
Trade. Looks like either bishop b7 or rook d. Even rook d8 immediately deserves attention, I think.
Yeah, rook d8 is probably It's still then you want rook d7, yes, to exchange. Rook
Well,
d-
rook d8. Bishop. I want a bishop b7 and rook d7. Yeah.
Take, and then, but you don't have time for bishop e2 still. It's like extra pawn. No, that's no, and there's still options on the king side.
Oh.
Wow.
d4 now. Better late than never.
But he would have taken pawn on pawn there. So I would have taken a pawn. Pawn is a pawn. But now he has the same position, but it's only one rook. Still
But still,
probably
it looks
unpleasant for
pretty
black.
unpleasant.
It's a
h5, g5.
Yeah, but with two rooks, it will be much more unpleasant for black.
Yeah. Knight b7, he obviously wants c5.
Yeah,
And bishop g2, knight a5.
yeah. And he doesn't have time for h5, g5.
Yeah, with the second pair of rooks would be very nice here.
Yeah.
So it looks like Sorokin is defending. We can check back to the board 2 or board 1. Garry, you can drive us.
Yeah, maybe let's see the multi-board view. I like the multi-board, seeing like
The multi-board view is in the one on the website.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-board still, you have to enlarge it. So what's happened after f5? That game. That's
Yeah, that was.
Oh, the Ansipov game. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're entering the time pressure phase.
Well,
Oh,
okay. So
whoa.
yeah, but now rook takes g6. Yeah, that's
But
happening.
rook g7? Or am
Rook
I?
G7,
Bishop g7 and queen e6.
No, bishop g7 and queen. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Antipov gets.
I mean, rook on c1
Smashed.
is still hanging, but it seems like white is getting more.
Ooh,
Queen f7.
Queen f7's a nice move. So he's so tricky. Antipov always has some trick.
Wow.
Wait, is white worse?
How do you keep the attack here? Because everything's hanging after the queen trade for white.
Unbelievable.
It's the end game. Yes,
Maybe queen f5 is the lesser evil.
yeah, queen f5. This is probably a draw. Take. Bishop c1, bishop c8, king g7, bishop b7, knight takes d4, bishop takes d5. I think bishop takes b2, a4, and it should be a draw. I don't think black can win this, so it should be a draw.
Yeah, 3 passers on one side. I mean,
Yeah, but it's
Wow,
important that
that's-
you cannot take, because winning this pawn on a4 is impossible. So that's why I think it's a draw.
mhm.
That's
Probably
yeah,
only
draw.
move.
Yeah.
And if queen f5, black trades and then just moves the rook somewhere, like rook c7, then
Rook c7, bishop e5.
should be e5. Got it.
Yeah. Maybe you can move rook elsewhere.
Yeah. But I was
Rook.
thinking at worst, white can just take on c6.
Yeah,
and then
but
have
if you
like
elsewhere, then take on c6, bishop e5, and still,
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
lot of pawns.
Maybe
there.
rook b. Oh no, again bishop b5. Sorry.
Rook
no,
b8.
rook b8. Yeah, the bishop e5, knight e5. So, but it's a little risky, I think.
Yeah, but still,
Maybe
bishop
rook
e5 is still
c5.
possible. Bishop e5, knight e5, rook c8 check. Take bishop
Ah.
c8, and then I take bunch of your pawns there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the pawns are always hanging.
Yeah,
Slides
so
for
it's the
bishop.
Pretty well played sequence. Ooh, okay. So clearly
rook
Mikhail
e8.
trying to go
That's
for a win.
interesting because now rook is this because
rook
mate only
c6 is
one.
not as good.
They don't take on c6. Mate only one.
Yep.
That's
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was OPC. I didn't realize it was back rank mate.
that's a good one. That's a really good move. Something that I think is he pushed too hard. Yes, I think the
Gotta
mistake
go
was
with
instead of probably take on g6 was too ambitious. Now he had to take on f4 with bishop, and that's compensation because now he's in trouble. Yeah.
40 seconds. There's no way you're holding this weak pawn on d4.
Yeah,
Knight d4 is a huge threat.
Yeah,
No
that's
way.
a problem for white. Yeah, bishop doesn't get in.
No, pawn is wow.
It's over.
It's over.
So Antipov wins.
Was
which
close, yeah,
means-
but that's an amazing tactics for black. Yes, bishop of queen f7.
Yeah, in a rapid game, he's like a hero. He got lucky yesterday against Stavrula, but he's making it count today. So we
by
can
the
go
way,
back
that
to-
Oparin game that ended in a draw already.
Yeah, final
he
position here.
misplayed it completely. Yeah,
Definitely chances there.
poor. Yes,
Grisha.
very poor technique for white.
Let's see what other
Maybe we
decisive
can look
games
at board 3 of this match. We have Stearman against Matvishin.
Stearman Matvishin. Yeah, here we go. Stearman with white. Okay, pawns are even. Maybe knight d5. So Matvishin is Texas Tech. And Stearman is Mizzou.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, so black definitely trying to win this game, especially because they're probably losing.
Queen
on
h6.
board
Wow,
2.
what an awful move. Oof. What a terrible move.
Abandoning. Well, maybe against the time pressure he's
Oh, come on, queen f8. Seriously?
Oh man, you're lucky to.
I
It's
would
queen on e6.
a3, somewhere queen a3. Just you had to. I mean, I think he had to try to attack.
You felt white's queen is just misplaced.
Exactly, and then queen a2. Yeah, that's what I would have done. So you can attack. Queen on h6 is totally misplaced.
I still think black is probably better, but
Yeah, but this is the black because black had potentially very strong attack. I mean, attack on the second rank. It's still probably better for black, but
rook a2 and rook c2 is the big threat.
Maybe white gets counterplay like rook f1, rook b7.
rook
Guess
f1, rook c7. Maybe rook b7 first. Because now rook d2. I don't know what rook d2. What he's thinking of.
Yeah, rook g2, anywhere
Rook
on the
a2,
second.
rook d2, rook c5. Yes, so then
Rook
take
c5
rook,
he wants, yeah.
rook a2 is better. Yes.
Rook c5 still.
Yeah, then
probably?
take rook takes a4. It's
Oh yeah, rook c1,
rook
rook
d1 maybe. Yes.
Oh yes, so still some chances there.
Yeah, okay, but you can take and go rook c2.
Yep.
Highly unpleasant.
Yeah, with 30 seconds, that should not be defensible.
Yeah, that's why his best chance was rook f1, of course, instead of rook b5, and then rook b7 was a threat. But then, yeah, rook c. No, starting with rook b7.
Starting
that
with
was the
rook
right
b7,
move, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but now it's
Okay, so start by taking rook g2, probably rook takes g3.
yeah. What's the trick? Take rook g2, rook g3. That's it.
And then e3 falls as well. He wants to do it with this rook.
That's not a big deal. Keeps the rook further, just. And then push up.
Just
Yeah,
H5,
you can
H4,
push H pawn now. H pawn. H
Another classic
pawn. You put rook on D2 and push H pawn.
Yeah, you probably could take this pawn, but why? What is the
Yeah, I don't like
need
just
to do it?
You can take on A4. I mean, it's winning.
Okay, he's got 10 seconds, so he's got a repeats maybe.
But 5 seconds increment, yes.
Yeah, just quite a bit.
H5, 10 seconds.
I would
again.
push H pawn as create mating net. H5 and then rook comes on D2. We keep the pawn.
Maybe he's worried about rook D1 and D5. Rook D1, H5, D5, H4, D6, H3. No, black wins.
The
Thank
good
you, GM
thing that
Kennedy,
he can do some repetitions, the winning time if he's smart. H5.
What's he up to? Okay,
H5.
time for H5.
Well, now you should give a check.
And still H5.
No, it's correct that he should win time because he can put rooks on different positions. Now rook G5 actually, because he can make many checks and always put rooks on different positions to avoid repetitions. So that's why he can collect probably a minute by check. Rook on C2, rook on D2, rook on A2.
Right.
Oh, the other rook is always in a different spot, so it's
Exactly.
the position's not the same.
Was a different
That makes sense. But why did he allow?
And then you vary. You can exchange rook. Okay, substitute rooks. Rook G2. Okay,
Whoa.
H3. That was easy. Pushing H4 was not a good idea. Not the same effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's over. Let's go to back to the Antipop game just to finish that one.
Yeah,
which is still not totally over.
No, they're still kicking. Yes.
Somehow.
Oh, was a heroic defense.
This is actually. Wait a moment. Rook A6. How do you win this?
I don't know. The bishop on E1 is definitely misplaced.
Wow.
I mean, to say it misplaced is to say a little.
Oh boy.
You should go rook D5 and try to bring the bishop.
Oh. Okay. Rook F3 has no threat. Oh, it does it. No, rook D6.
So what?
Antipop might lose this. Oh.
Yeah, but still they have another bishop. So they have two pawns now.
Oh my gosh, there's some cool tactics like A6 and then H7, but and then rook D7 and A7.
Wow.
And then you're threatening rook D8. I thought he should have just pushed.
I think he's just going to try to get rook
push, and
bishop
then he could end up with extra exchanges.
Exactly.
H7 now, yeah.
H7, rook D7, A7.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, I think black can draw because when white promotes, black can promote, and then it will have rook versus rook.
Oh boy.
Wow.
This is scary.
Unbelievable endgame, yeah.
Yeah.
Just black has to move the bishop or something.
D1. That you'd better play D1 now.
D1, yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's a big
defense.
save. That's a very big save.
So Athens, let's see how they're doing on the other boards.
Yeah, that's definitely was poor technique. That's for sure.
When that match ended up drawn.
Oh, Conan, sorry, that was Conan. That match. So by saving that game, he drew the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's clutch. Top match looks like it's over 3-1 in favor of University of Texas.
Oh, despite the Tactic Thunder winning his game against Gazik?
Yeah.
That was the one, I guess.
So Gazik, yeah, he lost on board one, but everyone else on Texas's team won. Mm-hmm. So they'll be, looks like they might be the clear leaders. Do we have any more games left? So
yeah, I pulled up like the remaining. There's like a couple games remaining, but they're mostly just all over.
Have a few games.
Okay, this one's over.
Cool. So UTRGV, actually, I didn't realize this, but they're the 2-time recurring champions of this event, which is actually pretty impressive to win this twice in a row. And they're leading again this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's University of Texas?
Yeah, University of Texas in Rio Grande Valley.
With Bartek Machea, the head coach, I believe.
Right. Right, so they're going to be tied with Texas Tech.
So how you win this position? Pawn, you put pawn on the h6 probably, and then you play b5, c6, a6, yes?
Oh, nice.
You start with g4 now, it doesn't matter. They cannot take it. You go g4, h5, take the opponent, pawn h6, just to push the king. Okay, it's there.
Maybe
he's playing for like
I would still put
rook
pawn
g7
on the
maybe
no,
bishop
on
e5.
That's possible, yeah, but king on h6. That's another. No, yeah, that's another nice way of winning. But I thought about tactics, and he found something more.
Yeah, more positional, just king walk.
But b5, c6, a6 was also good.
Ooh, Lente.
Now that's it. Yeah. Rook takes b7. Resign.
He did all of this to take the. Oh. What? Now rook b8. Still
king h6.
Yeah. Rook h7. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Ooh. Rook h8 and king g6.
Just take another one. Mm-hmm.
Stalemate.
No.
Oh, he won all of Black's pieces.
Alrighty, well.
This should be the last game, right? Of the round?
Let's see. Current live games. I guess there's a couple left, but I think all the top matches are essentially over, looks like.
Okay, then guys, I say goodbye. So
yeah, thanks for joining us, Garry. It was great to have you on. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Garry.
So that's another game. So the games are just it's 10-5, but it takes nearly 30 minutes, yes, to complete the round. Yes, 10-5.
35 minutes or so. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Goodbye.
Right.
Have fun.
Thanks, Garry. Take care.
Thank you, Garry.
Take care.
Alrighty. Well, that was fun. That went by very quickly.
It did. That was the fastest round like I've ever watched.
Yeah, but that was great. Thanks so much to the former world champion, Garry Kasparov, for joining the stream. That was absolutely a treat for us. I know he has a ton of fans in the chat.
I love that he just like, I mean this like very, very positively. He just starts analyzing. Like he loves the games, and
yeah,
it's just awesome.
Yeah, he didn't wait for like an introduction or anything. He didn't mind just going straight in.
Yep.
But,
I mean, it's great that he's just still, you know, he's so into the game still after like so many years of not playing actively.
Right.
And it's great to see.
Yeah, it's very clear how much he likes following it still. Even these games, I mean, they're, you know, below his level, let's say, but he's still like very interested. Although that was some of those moments where he just sniffs out a move. It's like, oh, I don't like that. I was like, wow, yeah. that was.
If some of the people knew who was watching their games, I think they'd probably step it up a little bit. But
yeah,
they didn't. So let's check out the standings and see if they updated. Standings. Okay, so we have UTRGV. Ooh, this is going to be a very interesting match. UTRGV against Texas Tech. No, they already played each other.
I think they just played and drew. Or actually, I don't know. Apparently, they played in round 4 and drew, according to the standings.
In round 4. They played in round 4?
Right.
So one of them will probably play the Bucharest University of Economic Studies. Wow, that sounds pretty intense. And then the other one is probably going to play SLU because they are the top universities with 5.
Right. And then we also have UT Dallas B team, which is on 5 points, surprisingly doing better than their A team, which is on 4.5, despite having much lower average rating. But cool. And then a bunch of other teams on 4.5. It looks like.
Interestingly, UTDB, they beat 17. Yeah, they beat some pretty decent teams. But you can see that UTRGB and all the big guns, like all of them are as close to 2,400 as they can get. 2398 in UTRGB. So they better be doing well.
Yeah, they're super close. Okay, but I can see now the B team for University of Texas Dallas is really strong on the top 3 boards. It's just that their board 4 is literally 1,300 and probably underrated, I would imagine. But that's why their average rating is much lower compared to the other teams. They're listed as like 2170, but their top 3, it's like a GM and 2 strong IMs. So they're doing well.
That was a super impressive save by Kanin in his game against Antipov.
Yeah.
That game was interesting in general. So apparently, in this position, I just thought this is interesting to show. Mm-hmm. The best move, the winning move for white, was rook e takes c6.
Wow.
This wins the game because if you take the queen, you not only lose all of your pieces, you get checkmated. Mm-hmm. And if you do anything else, white will have 2 bishops for the rook, which is in this type of position is just completely winning.
Yeah, darks for bishop just so strong here. Dang.
Actually, like most 2 bishops for a rook position are just totally hopeless in the middle game. So that was a win, but he got too excited by this. I also thought this was winning.
Yeah.
But then there was this beautiful trick. Queen f7.
Right. That's unfortunate because when we were watching the game, he played the sequence super fast, and he still had like I think 2 or 3 minutes on his clock. Mm-hmm. And so for a player like that, I feel like if he had just paused there, he probably could have seen rook take c6. It doesn't seem like too insane of a move to find.
Yep. No, that's exactly right. And then later in the game, I mean, this looks totally winning for black, but somehow he was unable. Oh, rook c1. Wait. This is just winning, apparently.
Yeah, h7, king g7, and it looks like it's now working out for white, not in time.
Yeah, f6 d1, and then you easily stop the pawns with your rook. So that was missed by Antipov. Mm-hmm. And then you allowed the white king to e2, and somehow...
Yeah, it was surprisingly difficult to do anything with this d2 pawn. I would have been assuming I'm like should be winning here as black, like with this pawn, but
it probably is winning, but it is probably some sort of, crazy computer maneuvers. Like the engine gives this move, mm-hmm. and then rook b3, which makes sense because you're threatening rook b1 check now, which means white has to move the rook away. But then you get a similar position to the game.
Yeah.
But black somehow is able to stop the pawns. King h8. And if white just goes back and forth, yeah, somehow you put white in Zugzwang.
Wow.
You reach this position, the rook cannot keep both pawns protected. It has to move because you can't move your king. Yeah, this kind of stuff is unfindable with no time on the clock.
Yeah, and then even if you win both pawns, I guess you eventually get your king in somehow. Like I don't even.
Yeah, even then it's not so easy. Like let's say, whatever, like white gives up both pawns.
Yeah.
I've never quite seen like this exact type of position before, the bishop on e1.
Right.
When you always find out like new theoretical positions, no matter how experienced you are in the endgame.
Yeah. Yeah, and they can end up just like random fortresses.
Probably bring your king, and then rook has to stay on the d file.
Right, like to keep the king cut.
And then eventually... But now white starts checking. Geez, this is actually a nightmare to win.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
like
probably
not,
this.
Not obvious. Yeah, you can force the rook off the d file, but then...
bring your bishop around, I think.
You rescue your bishop.
Last step.
Once you rescue your bishop, then it feels like you should should be able to win. With,
as easy as 1, 2, 3.
The pawn. Cool. Okay, so that was just the end of round 6. I think we're gonna have round 7 starting in a few minutes. Let me see if we have. Yeah, it looks like we have pairings. They're creating the boards right now.
Okay, so as we predicted, UTRGV is playing the Bucharest University of Economic Studies. And a pretty strong team. Wow, I didn't realize that. Oh, no, Dante is UTRGV, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Kostya, Gavrilescu, FM Andre, Teodor Dolana. Yeah, very strong team from Romania.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and big matchup. Yeah, Texas Tech against St. Louis University.
So for Texas Tech, their bottom board is outrated considerably.
Yeah.
Which means they basically have to win on boards 2 and 3. I think top board is pretty evenly matched, Sorokin, Chandra.
Mm-hmm.
But Simeon and Matvishin have to win their games, essentially, because board 4 is really lopsided.
Right.
But you never know.
That's the strategy going in. A lot of teams have gone with this one. But yeah, that'll be fun to watch. And then on board 3, we have Mizzou against UTD B team.
Yeah, another very strong matchup. Oparin against Shitko.
Yeah. So here actually we have two teams that both went with the top heavy approach, except Mizzou went like super low on their board 4.
Whoa.
So,
they have a 1200 on board 4.
Yeah. So now actually it's funny, the board 4 for Mizzou, Margaret Hua, has been playing up a lot of her games as like 1800 against all these top teams, but now she's gonna have to. And
now
win.
She feels like the shoe is on the other foot now.
Right.
I definitely we'll definitely look at board 4 in Texas Tech against SLU, because if TTU can pull out an upset, the match basically ends.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't really see Medvishin and Conan both losing.
That would be huge.
Then we have a couple other strong matches, but these obviously are teams, I think, that have 5 out of... Wait, so 2 teams have 5.5 out of 6.
Yeah.
And then a couple teams have 5, and then these teams probably already have 4.5.
Yeah, once you get to University of Texas, Dallas. Yeah, they're already on 4.5. So they're playing UTRGV B team. Oh, that is also strong. Yeah, you got David Brodsky on that team, and another Super IM, Juraj Druska.
Yep, 2,500 plus FIDE.
Yeah.
Yeah, UTRGV has so many players. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They have like 10 or 11 over 2,000.
Yeah. Okay, so next round will be starting, I think, in just a few minutes, folks. Are there any players or teams you guys want us to check out? Just let us know. Be happy to take a look.
Okay, it looks like we have the links, so I'm gonna flip on a couple of the games. Let me close all the other ones.
Cool.
Okay, so this is gonna be Gazik against Gavrilescu, and Gazik is a GM now, right? Like, it just hasn't updated.
Yeah, I think I checked this FIDE yesterday. It still said I am, but he very well. I feel like I heard him already getting his norms or something to that effect. So I'm sure he'll be GM very soon. Pretty young kid from Romania, if I'm not mistaken. Not super young. He's in school, but younger side.
You're talking about board 2 for Romania?
Oh no, Gavrilescu.
Oh, Gavrilev. Yeah, no, I also think he's much younger for some reason. I thought he was like 15 or 16, but I guess not.
Yeah, maybe he was in 2020.
I always feel this, like it's this weird thing where when I think about how old some people are, their age is like stuck in my mind. Like even the top American juniors, I think they're perpetually 16.
Yeah.
But like Sam Sevian is now 21, and
I was just thinking
Jeffrey
Sevian. He's like 14. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you always think he's like, oh, he's 13, yeah, 14. He's just, he's one of the youngest GMs.
Right. Yeah, they skip.
Okay, the games are started.
Years. Okay.
Yeah, Gavrilescu is only 19, so.
Cool. He is playing. He's playing, or this This is the board,
This is board 2.
game? Gotcha. So this is Kostya against Ozener from Texas. Cool.
Exactly.
Oh, double fianchetto.
Yeah. Double fianchetto. There's often knight c3, knight e4 as a typical idea.
I feel like it's a little risky for black, but objectively, like not that bad here. Just go like d5, knight d7, c5.
Yeah. White can, of course, play this typical... It's not really a gambit, but there's always d5 and then like knight h4. But probably here it's not very good because black can go c6. Okay, there we go.
Yes, knight c3, knight e4. I feel like queen c2 might be a move there just to kind of wait for this because, yeah, usually this is what black wants to do, trade off a pair of knights and simplify the position. I wonder if white will...
The issue is now there's c5, I think.
Right. I think white maybe should have considered taking with the pawn as well, but...
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I imagine black should be fine here.
I think he's completely fine, yeah. And he's played instantly. Like, you don't even need to play c5. You can go d6, knight d7. It's just so solid. How can black be, Black lacks a little space, but his position's very fundamentally sound.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Let's check out the top board, because this one is pretty positional. This is Gazik with white against Gavrilesko with black.
Yeah. This is the top matchup for everyone. UTRGV against Bucharest. That is on 5. Definitely looks like this came from a French. And, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this position.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I used to play the French, but I fell out of love with it.
I remember when you used to play the French. That was like years and years ago. It was your main opening, right?
Yeah, up until about 2200. And then I switched to e4, e5 on the advice of Grandmaster Melik Kachin. He was like, you need to just take some space. It's like, to stop putting your pawn on e6. Just put it on e5.
I don't get how people play the French. It's just whatever white plays, yeah, you lack space. There's always a pawn on e5 that's like in your business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I've played the French, I think 5 or 6 times with black. So I'll play it against people who play very certain lines against it, like knight d2. I like playing against knight d2, even though I play it with white.
Yeah.
Knight d2, c5 is basically equal.
Right. Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's tough.
I mean, I remember, you would always just kind of play for the structure. That was my MO against players, let's say up to like 2200. Play the French, trade off a pair of pieces, trade off light square bishops, and then just like win in the end game, dominate the C file. I just love playing like that. And then when I learned, you can fight against like white's G4, H4 advance with like this H5 break, fight for the F5 square. Like I won some games that way. But yeah, eventually, you go up against like stronger players and they just punish you with the space advantage. You always have to watch out for bishop takes H7 in every position. It's just like, eventually it wasn't fun anymore.
It's the downside of the unbalanced openings. Like you can get brutalized in the Najdorf, in the French, like, whereas in 1e4, e5, like you can lose games, but you're usually going to get outplayed. It's these sharper openings, you can just lose some very debilitating games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this one seems pretty stable for now. Maybe a slight tiny edge for white, but nothing major. Black has arranged his pieces quite nicely, I think. Maybe we can look at the other...
honestly, that one felt nice for black, sorry, just because...
yeah, let me flip back to that.
Like white doesn't have this full control over the d4 square, and if he moves his knight from c3, black gets knight e4. So I kind of feel like black is very comfortable. Like maybe just queen b6 now, and then rook fd8, and you look to play d4 first chance.
Agreed. No, I for some reason I underestimated this. If white had a pawn on c3 and the knight was on g3, maybe then white would be a little bit better, but no, I agree. This is probably at least equal.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, let's keep moving around. Maybe we can check out the second match.
Let's do it. So on board 1, we have Sorokin for Texas Tech against Chandra for SLU. And SLU, I was told yesterday there was a heartbreaking loss by Stavrula, Greek international master. She played a phenomenal game against Antipov, just like phenomenal, and lagged out with 10 seconds left. But yeah, her computer froze temporarily. It wasn't even the team internet. That is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, we were watching that live, and that was very tough to watch because she was 100% winning that game and doing really, really well. But unfortunately, it was not to be.
Have you had any computer horror stories in your online chess career, or nothing like that has happened to you?
Only with streaming, I'll get the very occasional like computer freeze. Like yesterday, that was the first time my computer froze in like 3 months.
Of course.
But it happened during the stream. I was actually kind of thankful it happened yesterday. It could have happened today. It was just like total chance.
Yeah, with Garry, that would have been incredibly stressful.
Yeah, that would have been the worst nightmare. But yeah, thankfully when I play, I don't think I've ever had any unlucky disconnections. Sometimes my mouse will get a little buggy because I like to use like a wireless mouse, and they're not.
Me too.
They're not super consistent. So yeah, occasionally I'll get a time scramble where it starts glitching around.
I think it depends on the. I always argue with people about that because I don't even think you need like the top of the line mouse, but I think Logitech mice.
Mm-hmm.
I've had no problems with their wireless. I don't know if you have a Logitech mouse, but their wireless mice are just like incredibly reliable for me.
Oh, it's good to know. No, I use a Razer Pro Click Mini because it's also silent, and there's very few. Oh, you got a silent mouse. Yeah, there's very few silent wireless mice.
Yeah, I considered getting a silent mouse, but I figured people, it definitely can get annoying in like time scrambles and stuff. I get the rationale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But the wireless isn't too bad. I feel like I don't know if I've tried Logitech yet, but I will. I definitely have several of their wired mice, and those are great. Mm-hmm. Those are cool.
So in the meantime, we have Sorokin against Chandra. Looks visually pretty pleasant for white. Two bishops, nice center. But black has some minor piece activity in the center, and rook can get to d8.
Yeah, it feels very defensible for black here. But white has this nice structure, f3, e4, restricting all three of black's minor pieces. Which is kind of cool.
I hate playing against that. Just no purchase in the center at all. Yeah. And queen can come out to c2 now.
Yeah, that's a good square.
On the other hand, queen e5 and rook e1. Yeah, so queen e1 may be more prudent.
Okay. So yeah, you think he wants queen g3 or queen h4?
I would guess, well, first of all, he wants to bring the rook to d1, I think, especially if black plays queen e5. I think queen h4, maybe. Although knowing Sorokin, he's probably definitely contemplating a queen trade here.
Oh, right. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah.
Squeezing out an endgame advantage.
Well, it's safe for the team. So I could totally understand that, but okay, Akshat, he's starting. I feel like he's gonna be down.
Time to get into some time pressure. Yeah, he might even take like 5 minutes in this position. Yeah, no, he's actually very unpleasant position. Very unpleasant.
Yeah.
I like the look of queen e5, rook d1, and then maybe knight d5. Like you need some sort of tactical trick here.
Right. But what about queen e5? What if white just goes queen g3 there?
Yeah, totally possible. Trade, sort of enjoy your life there.
Yeah.
No, totally viable. So yeah, stable advantage, and he's getting up on the clock. Okay, queen e5.
5 on the board.
Yeah, this is a big moment. I guess we'll update everybody on what he ends up playing here.
Yeah, we can come back to this game.
Stavrula against Kanin. Board 2. It's a riveting position.
Oh man.
Move to board 3.
Well, so O'Connor, he's playing black because I do like White's position here. We were saying this is kind of almost a must-win for black here.
Yeah, but I'm biased in favor of like black here because of the possibility of f5.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess White takes and plays knight e4, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Still, I would consider playing f5 here.
Well, it's one of the few things black can actually do, and yeah, I mean, still, yeah, it'll be tricky. It's not like it's just super easy for White here.
No, and black can hold off if he wants to. You can play something like knight f4. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess he just did, and the threat is knight d3. So Rula moves her knight back, aiming for e3 to prevent f5. So if black wants to play f5, the time is now. I'm 99% sure we'll see f5 here. I don't think Kanin will be able to hold off.
Yeah, I do like knight f1 though, just kind of forcing black to just do it right now.
I don't know. I feel like black is better here. I'm getting the sense that White's position is actually quite close to falling apart.
Oh wow.
EF, queen f5.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also knight d3 ideas. And the d5 pawn is weak.
So yeah, a lot
Maybe
of pressure.
I'm over optimistic, but it feels like White has to be very careful here.
Mm-hmm. No,
Maybe
I
this is
I
a
see
good
what you're
move.
saying.
Yeah, knight g3 I quite like actually, because EF would have allowed black's queen to get more active.
Right.
Fe.
Takes. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe like g6 there, but I don't know if might have been controversial. So takes, knight gets to e4. Queen f7, yeah, queen starts.
But knight d6, queen g6, and the game ends.
Right.
Much easier to play, I think, for black in like a time pressure situation.
Yeah, you can't go g3 here because knight h3 check. Though, is g3 possible at all? Like knight h3, king g2. Oh no, queen is going to be hanging on d1. Yeah, that's not going to work. I thought I could play for a pin.
Oh yeah, with rook f4. Otherwise, you would have had rook f1.
Mm-hmm.
Queen d2. Yeah, so black is going to continue the initiative here, probably with queen g6. Knight g3, there's h5, h4. All right, let's see the other. I'm actually quite curious how board 4 is going. Maybe Texas Tech will be able to pull out an upset. There's also my Vishnantava. Okay, let's check this out.
Ooh.
This would be huge for Texas Tech if they can score on this board.
Yeah, so this is this is board. Which board is this?
Board 4. This
Board
is
4.
Talia against Bortolucci.
Gotcha.
And I wonder where he's from originally.
Bortolucci.
Bortolucci. Yeah, knight g7, king g7, queen c1, by the way, looks like an interesting idea.
Ooh, wow. That's super annoying.
Okay, she does play bishop e5 first, but queen c5. Hard to bring the hammer down there.
Yeah.
Wonder what her follow-up is.
Queen c5. Maybe. I don't know.
I would take on g7 and then start thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm positive it has to be winning. Knight g7, king g7, maybe rook e4.
Oh.
This would be a position Garry would excel in.
Yeah, he would just find the line. Ricky 4. That's pretty.
Just the knight is too weak, and black's pieces are stuck on the queen side. No, this is. I don't know what black is thinking about here. Like, are there alternatives to queen c5? No, this is okay. Queen c5 played.
Yeah, good point. Every square was like literally covered. Actually, I didn't realize.
The one hope is white's time situation, which she's only down to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's hard to. I mean, I have a bad feeling Talia might go bishop d6 here, which is not a terrible move, but it forces the endgame, and then white plays bishop b4, and white is quite a bit better, but black has serious defensive chances there.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like, like a safe, very safe bailout option for white, especially because she has 3 minutes now, a little bit less time. And last thing you want to do is like miscalculate and then lose, especially like against lower rated player.
No, exactly. So I guess we can leave Talia to figure out what she wants to do next. We'll check back into this game. Okay, yeah, she does play bishop d6.
Yeah, it's a good call there.
And she should squeeze out the endgame, but it'll not be the easiest task.
Right.
Okay, so we also have. What do you think? We should go back to the UTRGV match and look at boards 3 and 4 there?
Yeah. Let's see. What's going on there? So this is board 3?
Yeah, Peteni against Dolana. I'm not sure who's who, actually.
Peteni should be playing white.
Wow. What a wild position at the open.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man.
I think he wants queen h5 and knight g4. What is the pawn count? He has sacrificed 2 pawns. Black has all 8 of his pawns still remaining. But 1.5 minutes, I mean, jeez. And white's attack is only beginning.
Yeah, this looks super dangerous for black. Queen h5. Oh, man. Bishop h6 coming. This looks like a Alekhine game, is white. It's just like about to absolutely just take black down.
That's a good. That's exactly right. Actually, he had so many of these like king side attacks with all of his pieces just streaming in.
Right.
So queen h5, knight g4, automatic.
Mm-hmm.
What is the idea? I guess he's protecting f7, but he's gonna have to try to get his bishop out, I would imagine.
Yeah. Then d6. You know, d6 maybe white throws in bishop d5 for like a tempo, forcing black to defend, and then yeah, knight g4 looks brutal.
And then the bishop will never be able to move out of d7. This might just be losing, practically speaking. I'm sure the engine probably gives a more nuanced assessment. But
yeah.
30 seconds. No, this is like. How are you? Only 18 moves in.
Yeah, this is very, very dangerous. This is playing black is FIDE master Andre Dolana, who is way low on time.
17 seconds.
I mean, even if you survive this, it's like you still have to finish the game. Okay, knight d8.
Okay, knight d8. Okay, knight g4 is pretty tempting, but it's not the only move. And there's bishop h6, but then the black king could slide. Okay, he's also kind of playing for his time.
Yeah, just making natural moves. But it feels very nice. Like knight d2, knight f3, just like getting another knight in. And
yeah, bring stuff in. Black is nothing going on the queen side.
Right.
Although, but now g6 has become a threat.
Oh, it is a threat with bishop g5.
I would take an f6 and go bishop g5. I think this is the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the best time.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely right. Okay, he's thinking now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the meantime, let's look at the final board. And we'll come back to this one maybe in like 1 or 2 minutes to see if black is still holding on. This is another game UTRGV has to win. Dante Boykus with black.
Yeah.
Originally from Namibia, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact.
All right. Yeah, he's doing well here. Yeah, he's kind of a rating favorite, so yeah, very important game for them to win. But yeah, this looks like a pretty healthy position for black. You got like G5, G4 ideas, H5. Ooh, Rook F1. Yeah. Especially after that move, I would feel very confident as black, because the only thing I'd be really worried about there is like Rook A7 and, you know, some counterplay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rook A8, Rook A1. Pretty much holding on here for now.
You feel like white is okay?
I think white is all right if he's very, very careful.
Mm-hmm.
But so many like of these annoying ideas, black trying to go H4 and H3, I feel like white's going to get low on time and blunder. That often is what happens.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
for
yeah.
even knight D2 would be one typical blunder, like, you know, trying to get the knight to E4, but allowing the queen to squeeze into C2. Not good.
Yeah,
Bishop
practically
C1 now, probably.
Seems very tough. Right.
H4, maybe G4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still a game.
Yeah, far from over, for sure.
Wow, in the Dolana game, the queens have been traded somehow, so black is actually holding on, I think, in that game.
Oh, wow.
I can switch back to it. Oh, he flagged just as I click on the game.
Oh, shoot.
Flagged. And he actually had some chances here if he had gotten his bishop out.
So white got his material back, but yeah, I mean, okay.
You know, black got the queens off the board. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big win for UTRGV. If they can follow that up with a good performance on board 1, they're in fantastic shape. Let's check out how Akshat Chandra is doing against Sorokin. Of course, he's got 30 seconds.
This is Texas Tech against St. Louis University.
Yeah, that's their second match.
And interesting. Who would you rather be here?
Well, ignoring the time situation,
Yeah.
man, it's a hard question. It should be equal. I think it should be a draw. But maybe even white. Like, white is more active. On the other hand, black can go rook b8 and b4 at some inconvenient moment for white.
True. And then the pawn just starts running. Yeah, and there he goes with b5. I mean, there's still rook b7 if you want to stop the pawn, but rook b7, like bishop c6, black can at least force white to maybe just go back.
Mm-hmm.
So g4.
That's a good point. b7, bishop c6. 15 seconds. White sort of doing the typical GM thing, just like advancing kingside pawns, and he's going to go h5, f4, and e5, I think. I actually think Akshat is going to find this hard to defend with 13 seconds.
Yeah, his kingside pressure actually is kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, white is opening up a second front.
Exactly. Yeah, b4 never a problem because of rook b7. Okay, he's going to go back and forth, obviously. I would go h5 and then e5. Try to, as you said, open some stuff up. And then king f4, g5 later.
Yeah, it's starting to look, very difficult for black, actually. Especially at the note time. He's going to have to just find only moves here. Okay, rook b8. Yeah, no, it has to be tried.
No, good call by Akshat, because literally this was the last moment where he could have done it. Rook a7, b4. Okay, b4.
Yeah.
How does white? Where does white stop the pawn from? I guess bishop d3.
Right. Seems like
Should be a draw.
yeah. Feels like black should have enough to kind of hold this. Okay, so let's see here.
Yeah, I'm looking. I have one eye on the other boards in this match. The top board, Gavrilescu. Or sorry, no. This is our second match.
Apparently, Gavrilescu has won his game.
Oh, wow.
Gazik.
Yes, he did.
So that equalizes the score in this match to 1-1. This is
because Peteni won, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and on board 2, Romanian team has also won.
Oh.
He took. How did he end up 2 rooks up here? Oh.
Oof. Brutal.
Wait,
Oh,
but
man.
h2. Oh, this is a completely unclear position. Black shouldn't lose this.
Yeah.
Blunders 1 rook. Oh, and that's all it took.
I mean.
Oh my gosh, that is a huge game.
Dang. D6 with the discovery.
So
So that means board 4 is going to be must win for UTRGV. That is where they're pretty heavy favorite with I Am Dante there.
I think so, but it's a huge time scramble.
Okay, yeah, let's watch this.
Christian David, he won some. Yeah, I think he scored some upsets yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But Queen B. Okay, Dante should win this with a pawn like that.
Yeah, this looks so weak for the white king here. So he should win this and tie the matchup.
Would have gone Queen E3 there, but okay. I don't like Knight F8. I feel like that's given white control over the E3 square. Still, Queen C5. I mean, you can't defend C4. No, Queen C5 is devastating.
Yeah.
Good find by Dante.
Yeah. Now this is looks
King
over
F2, Queen C2.
Oh, King F2, yeah. Queen C2.
But Queen C2 just ends it.
Mm-hmm.
And then take the bishop simply. Or even, okay, no, maybe you could have taken the rook, but who needs that? Wait, good move. Ah, King F3, Rook F7.
Rook F7, nice. Yeah, it's
And
over.
if King F4, Knight G6, and then Rook E5.
Yeah.
Or even Rook F7 again.
All right, takes. He's hoping black doesn't see it, but nope.
Of course he sees it. No, this is
Yeah.
over. Okay, Dante wins and ties the match, which means that SLU or Texas Tech could take the lead. Or sorry, who between SLU and Texas Tech, who is actually in first?
I think Texas Tech could take the lead with the win. But SLU, they did win on board 4, so Talia won her game. Board 1 was a draw.
Uh-huh.
So currently SLU is up a point. And yeah, as we thought, it comes down to boards 2 and 3.
Exactly.
If Texas Tech can win here.
Draw in Chandra against Sorokin.
Mm-hmm.
So you're absolutely right. So this game is important, and then the board be below it. Let's see if Kanan here with black. I think he will be able to finish it off. This could be an easy mate to miss.
Oh.
I think Kanan should be able to win this.
Okay, different mate here. Queen H2.
Oh! I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh, nice. Good find.
Yeah.
Goodbye, says Kanan.
So that
It's all down
equalizes
to my
the match.
vision.
Yeah.
Oh, this game is going to be close.
Wow.
This is on the line. I mean, with a win in this match, Texas Tech really give themselves a push.
So yeah, this is okay. It's kind of a free roll here for Victor. Although time scramble, anything can happen. But H5.
What you don't want to do with black, I think, is allow a queen trade. Something tells me that with the proximity of white's king to the a-pawn. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a knife right there.
Oh, but this is bad.
Nope, she missed queen e8. That actually is very hard to defend when you're playing against a knight like that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is over. I think.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. So yeah, Victor is gonna have to try to finish this off to win the match for the team, and then so that means there'll still be a big tie at the top. Stu will be, I think, tied for first with UTRGV. Looks like. Okay. And yeah, tragic thing for black here is like white can just win using the outside pass pawn, just bring the king to the king side. Bishop can't really create any counterplay, and the king and knight can just pick everything up here very, very easily for white.
Typical plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dead lost. So Texas Tech is going to be in clear first after this round.
No, tied. Think. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Texas Tech is winning. So yeah, they're going to be clear first. Half a point ahead.
Yeah, with two rounds remaining in the tournament.
Yeah, 2 rounds to go. And I'm sure they have some tough teams to play still, like Mizzou and UTD and so on.
Oh, for sure. I mean, everything could change with one loss. Still, okay, no, but this is just take the pawn, and then even if black's king is all the way on the king side, it's still dead lost. The two on 0 is not easy, not defensible.
Yeah.
F5, F6, F7, F8. Just close your eyes and push. Yeah. You don't even have to take H5, but I would. And then get the king around to G7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he should have no issues here. I think just taking his time, he's just professional, just making sure doesn't miss anything. But should be GG. Let me see what other results we have. So yeah, this is the last game for this match. Mizzou looks like they won their match 3-1 against UTD B team.
Mm-hmm.
And the UTD A team, well, they won their match 3-1 against UTRGV B team. So each of these teams are like taking out each other's like B team, A team. They're just committing hits left and right.
But B team can't face an A team of its own university, I would assume.
I would. Well, I don't know. In the Pan Ams,
that would be wild.
Do they do that? I feel like in the
Pan
Ams,
no, they don't.
They don't.
I don't think they do. I mean, it wouldn't make sense, I think.
Yeah, of course. I'm just wondering if I've ever seen like, sometimes
right,
Webster will bring 2 top teams.
Guys, gentlemen.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's not Title Tuesday, right?
yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Every week. Oh no, with the 5-second increment, this is brutal. 5 minutes on the clock from Nalbandian.
They should let them play like 10 moves and then double forfeit.
Yeah, I agree. If there's any organizing staff watching.
White offers draw. And okay, thank God. How long did they? Let's see. I mean, not obnoxiously. They played 13 moves, but yeah, no, they took a draw at a good time.
Okay, well, yeah, as soon as white demonstrated the 3rd ranked defense, I think black called it. Okay, so yeah, probably all the games are wrapping up. Maybe we should take a quick break then before the final 2 rounds of the day.
Sounds great.
All right, cool. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks. 2 more rounds to go. Should be very exciting finish. All the top teams still basically in contention. And yeah, we will catch you all after the break. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kasparov Chess Foundation University Cup. We've got 2 rounds left to go here before the finish. Let me refresh the standings here for everyone. So going into round 8, Texas Tech University in the lead, 6.5 match points out of 7. UT RGV, Rio Grande Valley. They're on 6 points in clear second place. They've already played, so they'll be playing other teams. And then we have several teams with 5.5 points that can still catch up if they win the last 2 matches. We have UTD, we have Bucharest, National Technical University of Athens. Honestly, I'm rooting for some of these non-US teams just for fun because, like, I'm just so used to the US teams, and I want them to have competition. This honestly reminds me of, like, basketball when you watch it at the Olympics. It feels like the US
Yeah, some team beats the US. Yeah.
Right.
No, the Greek team is really good. And right now, if on the top board, Texas Tech is facing the Bucharest University of Economic Studies, which has a great chance, actually. They outrate Texas Tech on paper, but largely, as you pointed out before, it's because of the board 4 disparity.
Right.
Which Bucharest has to win.
Yeah. So looks like we have games underway. And this is board 1, Gavrilescu against Sorokin. Very important game here. And E4 on the board.
Sorokin has decided that he can't handle this move, so he disconnected.
Oh,
that's enough. That'll do.
All right. He's like, oh, he knows this line. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of.
Then the second team matchup, we're going to have University of Texas Dallas against University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. So the battle of the Texas teams.
All right. Well, let's see if the other games have gotten underway. Yes, they have. Okay, so Kanin against Romanian Force. Kostya.
Okay, we have a Petrov.
Yeah, not sure I'm thrilled to see that, but some of the main lines are very interesting here.
Yeah, the positions can get interesting, but yeah, I'm with you. I think.
I hate playing against the Petrov.
My feelings on the Petrov are similar to your feelings on the French. I don't like it. I don't like why people play it. Yeah, and yeah, personally, I don't quite get it myself as black.
I think Jan is like mostly responsible for why people have been playing it in the last. I feel like a lot more people have been playing it recently. It feels like people have added it to the repertoire. Yeah, Nepo.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. Which was such a shame because he's like such a sharp, aggressive, tactical player. And yeah, switching to Petrov.
Crazy. But that's just what players do these days. They just play, these takeout openings because they study them so well that it doesn't even matter what your style is. If you know all of the moves, you're going to have a good position.
Right.
And I think a lot of games do continue, like knight c3. I think trade on c4 and go like knight d7. But I don't know the theory here too well.
Gotcha. Hey, shout out to Charlotte Chess Center in the chat.
Oh.
And Charlotte was asking, what about, you mentioned Petrov only got popular with Nepo, but what about Fabi playing it, for some time?
I think it's always been popular. Like, it was very popular in 2005. Gelfand, I think Gelfand was playing it a lot at some point in, like, the early 2000s. So it's always been kind of, second rate behind knight c6. But recently it's gotten like almost as popular as knight c6. But yeah, Fabi has also played it, of course.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I would say Fabi is also partly responsible, but it's not as popular, or wasn't as popular like a few years ago as it is now, it seems. And if we're really going to blame people, you know what? I would blame the Chinese players, because actually a lot of them were playing the Petrov for like many years, like Wang Yu. And
that's right. Wang Yue was playing the Petrov. Yeah, that's a good point. So it looks like both players are kind of on their own here. We're going to probably see Black developing the knight to c6. White may or may not go c4 here. I mean, unlikely given the situation. So pretty tame position. Let's look at the other boards in the top match.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my fill of the Petrov. Now, one game that Texas Tech has to win, absolutely has to win, is Matvishin, who has black here, and who delivered in the last round.
Yeah. And he's playing the FM from Bucharest, Andre Dolana.
Yeah, Andre, time pressure, Dolana. AKA. So it's a pretty unique opening here. Double fianchetto for white, but then he's gone Grunfeld style with d4.
Right.
I'm not, in awe of this opening, but it's I guess it's decent.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel like it's not going to be super simple for black here, especially like white can pretty much neutralize this bishop on g7 with their own bishop on b2, a lot of cases, and so feels like the Catalan. Both sides are playing the Catalan.
Yeah,
so it seems like that's why I'm confused. I don't understand who's better. Normally, I would take the Catalan side, but they're kind of
they're both which Catalan side? I think black is. I don't love white's setup here. I think black is doing really, really well.
Oh, interesting.
If I'm playing white, I'm just I would castle and go like maybe e3. But it just doesn't seem. I mean, obviously, it's not a challenging opening at all.
Yeah.
So, and he's already burning into his clock again. I mean, he's down to 7 minutes after 6 moves.
Yeah, clearly not showing a lot of comfort with the position. So what is he worried about? Why not just castle here for white? I mean,
I don't understand. I mean, I feel like the cost of making the wrong move here isn't very high. Like white castle, e3, knight bd2, all of those are about equivalent. Maybe he's thinking about going dc. But then queen a5 check feels awkward.
Yeah, just get the pawn back, nice center.
Wow, he is really in the tank. And he flagged the previous game against Patenyi, so you would think that he should modify his time consumption, but he's not.
Yeah, that was the game for everyone where black was essentially under heavy fire on the king side. Like white had everything, and then white kind of messed up the attack, allowed an endgame, but black flagged anyway, which was kind of predictable. We just mentioned a few minutes ago, like, even if you survive the attack, you still have to, it's hard to finish the game.
Well, when you play on increment from like the opening, you're eventually going to either blunder or you're just going to lose track of the clock for one move. It's almost impossible to, only a select few players can survive in that situation for the entire game.
Right.
And one of them is Grishuk, obviously.
Yeah. So he does take on c5 after a long thing. So that, at least that justifies the time spent. But, okay, queen a5, he spent some time on knight d2. Like, he didn't have it super
Didn't play
ready.
it immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, now castle, and I think white should go for a quick c4. Ooh. Knight e4 all... Wait. Wait. Knight g4?
Uh-oh.
Hold your horses.
Whoa.
Hold your horses.
Oh my god.
Knight g4 resigns.
A3 was like the fastest
I knew something was wrong.
too.
Yeah. I could sense that there was... Yeah, exactly. The one time he didn't think, oh my god, this is inexcusable play by white. Like, you cannot...
That's brutal.
This is unacceptable.
And Michiko in the chat just said the Bucharest University of no castling.
Of no castling. Yeah, exactly.
Very funny.
Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. 9-move game. Why? I don't understand this on many levels. Like, it's a bad opening, you're taking too long, and then you don't castle.
Yeah, the no castling thing, that was really... I mean, obviously, I'm sure Dolan is a super strong player and understands.
Oh, no question about it.
It's just sometimes you do silly things trying to, be clever in the opening. occasionally. I've certainly had my share of these games in classical. Maybe not this bad exactly, like one move blunder, but
I think the coach Tiberius Grigorescu was watching the game. He has resigned.
Oh no!
I wonder what his coach is going to say. Oh my gosh, that must feel great for Viktor Medvedevich.
Yeah, folks, sorry. The problem is that in addition to f2, the bishop on b2 is hanging. That's why white's resigning, because you can defend the mate in a couple of ways, but you're just losing a full piece here. And and I mean, you can continue the game, but I think resigning is the right call. Just save your energy for the last round. Yeah.
No, I mean, Black is a GM. He's got all of his time. Wow. The Texas Tech already leading 1-0. Let's have a look at the board 4. I'm kind of regretting it given this position.
That's a funny reaction. I also think resigning there is actually kind of smart for the team, because if the team knows they're down a point, then at least they're aware of the situation. Whereas if you keep the game going, they might not be watching the board, and they might not know exactly they're going to be down a point. So, okay, Bucharest is going to have to come back from that one, which means Black is going to have to win this board here.
No question about it. But it does look pretty... I mean, it looks very... maybe even a slightly better side of equality for Black. He wants to go a4.
Yeah, I think... I feel like I'm a little bit closer to this level. Yeah, for me, it's like in the long run, White's darks or bishop, I think, is often going to be a problem here with the structure. And definitely there's chances for Black, I think, to take over.
Mm-hmm. And White's dropping on the clock. No, I mean, he is obviously doing his best, but when you're outrated by 300-400 points every game, it's just... I actually quite like the look of knight a4. That's a very creative move. Because in the event of the trade, White gets pressure on the b7 pawn.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Are you more skeptical?
No, actually, this is actually a nice example. No, I'm with you. I think it's a great move. I feel like this is the type of move. Okay, Francesco Bortolucci playing White here. He's like 1700. I don't know what his like FIDE rating is, but I feel like a couple of years ago, like no 1700 is playing this move. They're just like, no. Oh, knight a4. No, I can't double my
pawns. Yeah.
No, they're just not even considering it, and that's fine. I wouldn't necessarily blame them for that. But now it's like, yeah, players are considering all kinds of creative ideas, especially from a defensive standpoint, and they're evaluating positions with a lot less, let's say, stereotypical thinking, which is a big step.
Yeah, they just consume so much more content from good players, and they're just not dogmatic anymore.
Yeah.
And you cannot give, like, even a 1800 player, if they give him certain position, like, they can basically play perfectly. Whereas earlier, you would be able, as a stronger player, basically to outplay them from any position.
Right.
But not anymore. No, White is okay. White is quite okay here. I mean, Black might even want to consider going knight c8.
I'd go knight c8. Yeah, no, I'd just go knight c8, try to bring the knight maybe to d6 at some point. I would say, like, all right, good job,
Congrats, you put a knight on a4.
Yeah.
I would, but then maybe knight c5 to force the trade.
Mm-hmm.
Force the trade, and then position is unbalanced, knight versus bishop, but chances for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, from Black's point of view, I would think that's kind of a reasonable position to play for the win here. Oh, but takes in b5.
Wow, breaking through on the b file.
Yeah, I mean, my issue is that when White takes on b5, Black ends up with this like isolated d pawn, which I feel like is always going to be a little bit weak here. I don't know. I mean, feels close to equal. I'm not sure what you think.
I like b5 a lot, actually.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Because if White had put a rook on b1, Black would not have been able to go b5.
Yeah, once we're here, right.
The pawn majority on the queen side is what worries me on White's behalf. I feel like if this game is decided, it might be decided by Black just basically pushing b4 and a4.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, White doesn't have to take on b5 also. He can even play like rook b1 or rook c1, just ignore.
Yeah.
But at least b5 poses problems.
Okay, why don't we maybe jump to another game? But clearly Black will be trying to push their
Push the advantage, yeah. We have the top board, which we didn't end up looking at. Ooh,
Yeah.
is this horrible for black, or am I miscounting the material?
Looks like white's a pawn up and can take on e6 at any moment. And then d6.
No, it was a dead loss.
Wow.
Like Sorokin, 19 moves. What happened here? It was a Sicilian that was pretty positional. You want to do an endgame? But something went like horribly wrong here.
Yeah.
Oh, he blundered. He played rook a4, and I think he might have blundered bishop e5.
Oh, knight e7. I see. Wow.
And just dig into the punch. Ooh, knight g5. Another mistake. But this one, Sorokin is just not playing well at all.
Yeah, this looks completely busted. Back rank is
designable.
hanging right now.
You can take a third pawn on b6 if you need to.
So if David Gavrilescu wins this game for Romania, that's huge because he makes up for the board 3 loss. And then, okay, board 4 we just saw, and then board 2, not sure what's happening there. Yeah.
If Romania can hold on this board, and if they can deliver on the bottom board, which is not far from a given as we were seeing, but still, they would win, defeat the top place team, and then we would be up for, a photo finish in the final round.
Yeah, that would blow the tournament completely open. And, looks okay here for black, right? Like, down a pawn, but, excuse me, very solid.
Yeah. Rook c5, maybe. Black is down a pawn, and the annoying thing is rook c3, there's this move e6. Okay, I think Hanan should just play it immediately. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, indeed. Dang, black was
That is
ready
a
for
nice
this.
move. I think Kanan might have missed king h7. I missed it.
Yeah. Huh.
Obviously, ef queen takes c1 is a check. And you lose the rook. This might just be a draw then. Like if white can play, if maybe move the rook, but the king is actually incredibly safe. Incredibly safe.
Yeah, I'm not seeing idea here for white. Okay, goes king g2, fellow prophylactic move. Now the rook on e1's not hanging with check. So he could be threatening ef7.
He is. I think he is.
I think he is, right? Because once black takes the rook, white promotes. Black doesn't have any immediate moves there. So white's just up a queen.
Rook c2. Oh, there's also ef and then an under promotion.
Yeah, there's also knight check.
So that I don't think black should play with that and just play fe. Why risk it?
Right.
No, this should be. Black should totally not lose this. Especially the pawn majority.
So you don't feel like you feel like g6, g7 is pretty solid here? Like for the king?
Put a queen on f7 and both pawns are defended. Maybe kind of should try h4, h5. Maybe that is his only attacking idea.
Yeah. I would think like queen f7, maybe like queen e4 first or something. But okay, goes queen h4. Now rook e3. Wow. Queen endgame,
No,
but
then
getting a nice
takes in
pass
queen
pawn.
e1.
Right. Yeah. Now the g pawns are, I feel like, very nice for black's king. It's like no checks.
This is gonna be a draw. I cannot imagine black losing this.
Right.
Which means that we are basically down at the bottom board.
It's going to come down to board 4. That's fun.
Let's check out that position again. And just really quickly, yeah, okay, Gavrilescu. Maybe not the smoothest conversion, but he's 2 pawns up and he's up on time. This is winning.
Yeah.
Okay, so board 4.
So you didn't take on b5. That's interesting.
Right now, white has a pretty good position. Imagine if Bortolucci wins this. That'd be just they will throw him a party after this tournament.
Oh man, he definitely is gonna get some pizza after if he wins this one.
Yeah, on Alexander Onishuk, the team coach. Even if he draws, that would be a huge result for them.
Right. Yeah, drawing would presumably keep the match tied. So yeah. But oh man, this is going to be a blitz game.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is really coming down to the wire. 2 minutes now for white. And this is what worries me. I still think one of the big areas where you can sense the rating difference is in the time scrambles. I feel like big difference in like how a 1700 and how a 2200 will time scramble.
Yeah, it often feels like that. Like the stronger player will just prevail. Like the longer the game goes, the more intense the game is, the more dynamic or sharp. Just especially if there's a difference in calculation strength between the two players, it'll become very apparent with lower time.
Exactly. Okay, so black has a repetition here, but he should check the other games on the team, and I think he's going to go for it. But how?
Yeah, it's hard to. The first two moves I thought of both blundered a rook. It was like rook c7, no. Rook a6, no.
Well, you can't. The rook on a8 has like no squares.
Yeah.
Maybe rook a7 and
A7,
but no,
rook
white is
b7,
not
yeah.
worse.
But
He's
if you
thinking
move,
about it.
With the rook off of the a file, queen a6 comes in. No, this is nice for white. He was absolutely right not to take on b5. Actually, this is that was a
Super
good
impressive
call.
play.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he goes for it. And there's no doubt in our mind.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to as black. I mean, you're a high-rated player. You should believe in yourself.
Bishop b5. I was literally. Oh, but c5. Oh, that might have been an oversight. I was going to say bishop b5 and f4 is a great idea conceptually, but you're allowing the c pawn to squeeze through to c4. That might be an issue.
It's gonna create some real counterplay.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he finds it.
Of course, he sees it. Yeah.
Good job.
Now it's important for white not to panic, but I would still go f4 and just move the queen back and hope for the best.
Hey, thanks, Versailles Mint, for the raid. Welcome, everyone.
Maybe e4? No. It's interesting, but I don't think he's going to play it. Watch him play it.
E4. Wow. That would be...
Just create some tension in the center.
That would be ambitious. I thought that was interesting. So F4. C4. Okay, now these pawns are incredibly dangerous. Thankfully, black doesn't have a knight, which would just be such a dominant piece in this position. Yeah, it's starting to look tough for white. I would feel like the only chance is to just go king h1, g4,
Exactly.
rook g1. Like, what else?
Got to go all in on the g file. I would actually say that even b3 here, I mean, it's very tempting to play c3, but even b3 looks like a nightmare. That bishop on e5, it would just love to be able to be controlling any of these queenside squares. Okay, this move, but what does this really threaten?
I mean,
I wonder if
maybe he does want to take on e5 at some point, because then he'll get some kind of pawn break possibility.
You're right.
But okay, gotta go fe, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, D was also kind of interesting to hit the d5 pawn later, but this is more positional. I assume that Gavrilesko has one.
Yeah, let me check here. Yeah, he's already won. So yeah, this match is completely tied on the top three boards. Folks, if you just joined, this is the KCF University Cup. It's an online team rapid event. And we're watching the top match here between Texas Tech University, whose player is playing white here, against the Bucharest University of Economic Studies, playing black. And the match is tied 1.5, 1.5. So it all comes down to this game. Player playing black is considerably higher rated, but of course we're now essentially in a bullet game. Time control was 10 minutes to start with a 5-second increment. So it's the 5-second increment is nice. I feel like it's not nearly as quick as 2 seconds or 1 second, but
It's a different feel for sure, no question about it. But it seems like white is slipping a little bit here.
Yeah, for instance,
and now here goes the a-pawn.
I would have already played maybe f4 there at some point for black.
But he's just
yeah,
a4.
Pick up a4 and yeah, unfortunately white is just too passive here.
He's not creating counterplay. I mean, he has to try rook f1 and hit the f5 pawn, do something to prevent the simple plan of just queen. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good thought.
Good try.
But rook c6. And the queen is sent back.
Yeah.
Oh, rook c6, rook b4.
Ooh.
I think that works.
Wait, really? Queen b4?
Queen c6. Oh, queen b1.
Queen b1.
Wait, king h2, queen c2, e6.
Oh, e6. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah. Line continues.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, rook c7.
Whoa. Queen e6? Oh, he's just way too passive. That's the problem. But still holding for now. 10 seconds for black.
Yeah, this is still all 4 results possible.
Queen e6, that's a free pawn. On all 4 results possible. Yeah, exactly. It took me a second. I would take d5. Open up some connected passers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
This is
super unclear now. Both teams
back
are
to
probably
home
watching
base?
this. Like,
No, I can see it. The 21 people watching, and like I see all of the team members for both teams watching this.
yeah, average
D5.
spectator rating like 2450.
Exactly. d5, d6. I mean, white's probably better. He's playing it. Dude, he's playing amazing right now in Time Scramble. Of course, I'm going to jinx him.
Banana doing well. Definitely coming to perform. Okay, but now, yeah.
Wow.
Black is finally.
This is getting
woken up.
spicy.
Yeah.
Rook f2, great move again. It's probably going to go rook
7.
cf1, but then b3. e4.
E4, yeah, probably f4 from black. Keep everything closed.
Queen d. I would be so impressed if he plays queen d5 here.
Wow. Oh, look at
I'm
that!
speechless.
What a
I'm
move.
Speechless.
Yeah, he's playing super well
just-
in increment.
The
Fantastic.
understanding that you have to, you have to be okay with the queen trade and you have to go e6. I mean, all of that is really hard to keep track of. Why might win this? e6? Oh my gosh.
No, it looks winning now.
It's winning.
Yeah.
e7 and d7. It's just winning. e7 and d7. I mean, it's not totally over. Push them, baby.
Black's just not able to get their pawns through. Okay, d7.
Also good, by the way. Yeah, but there's this. You can take b5 and win, but will he find it?
Oh my god! If he takes and goes e7.
I'm gonna like blow a gasket. Oh, he's allowed rook e5, but rook takes f4 wins.
Rook f4.
He's lowing. Oh, I don't like where he's going with this. I was gonna say he's lowing on time. New verb to low.
Yeah, I think
D6.
sometimes you realize you're doing well, you start to panic. You're like, oh, I'm winning this now.
He was winning in one move. Rook takes f4.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. 1 second. Okay.
Okay, queen c8.
Rook takes e6 though. Oh.
Oh man.
He's gonna lose.
e5. Is there anything?
Oh, f3 check.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
not good.
He's still holding, but rook takes e4 probably is good enough for black.
Yeah, it's just no way. White's rooks
e5.
are... Whoa.
e5 was winning there.
e5 is just winning the rook. Oh my god.
Yep. Rook takes f3, by the way. I mean, and he finds it.
Oh.
This game.
Is White
every
winning
time you
again?
think- he might be.
What is
I mean,
happening?
rook takes f3 and rook d8, I think. Whoa.
Okay, getting off.
GF, have to play.
Yeah. Yeah, this game has swung so many times already. It's absolutely wild.
He's
Maybe
probably going to go rook
D1.
rook d1,
Yeah.
then rook d8. Wow. Yeah, queen c6.
Maybe
Queen
black could
E5,
have taken on e4, actually, tried to make a perpetual. But now it's too late. Okay, b3.
Take c3. White shouldn't lose this now. I mean, that is dangerous words, I know. In fact, white might have win it. Take it and take the pawn.
Take on b3, but then queen d2, right? Gotta be a draw.
Draw. Fair result,
Queen
I
e1.
think. He's thinking about it. Queen e4, queen f7, and who are you kidding?
Yeah. Come on. I like that he's thinking about it. I think it's so easy to just keep the rush going and just continue blitzing, but now they have 20 seconds.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of time to.
Very, very accurate there. Not going king h1, not walking into the check.
Right. Yeah, they've calmed down. Wow. Okay, a lot of mistakes there, but honestly, well played considering the stress of the situation. And looks like the match will end in a draw. Just kind of, I think, fortunate a little bit for Texas Tech, because they were very close. Honestly, fortunate for both teams. Both teams are very close to losing that.
You could have seen that going totally either way. Yeah.
Yeah, in an instant. I think board 3 is still going. Yeah, I think this is it. Of the this is the third board of the second match.
Fourth board of the third round of the second match in the first hour of the second day.
Day 2.
Just completely winning for white. He's 3 pawns up.
Yeah, it's a lot of pawns to be up if you're not down a piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Bishop f4, may I suggest?
Okay, this match is currently 1-2 in University of Texas Rio Grande Valley's favor. So UTD definitely needs this win here as white to tie up this match as well. Which means we're going to very likely get 2 draws on the top 2
That's good for Texas Tech
boards. Yeah. So it'll be half a point up going into the final round. Already having played a lot of the top teams, but I'm sure there's a few teams they haven't played yet.
Yeah, I mean they unless they if they don't choke, they should be able to win. But we've seen it all, especially with team tournaments. Like you've got so many things that could happen on any of the boards. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, white has too many pawns not to win this.
Takes a6. Bishop c5, and then the classic, just a7.
Yes.
I think it's time to resign.
Beautiful.
Very nice game, yes.
Very nice.
All right, let's see. There's still a game in the third match, actually. Stearman.
Josiah. Black against Konstantinos. Oh boy, Sarsar Talidis.
I wonder what team he's playing for. Could it be the Greek team? Anastasios. Yeah. Wow, that is a long name. Konstantinos.
Yeah, this is one of the Greekest teams I've ever seen.
Yeah. Ioannis Kalogeris and Dimitris Alexakis. Anastasios Koukas. Athenas Panathinaikos. Yeah. I think we got a couple more. Okay, now this game's over. I'm just looking to see if there are any games left. Yeah, there is one. Oh, how does white still have 2 minutes?
The Josiah game ended in a draw. Mizzou defeats the University of Athens, and that means they'll be in within contention, I think, going into the last round.
Mm-hmm. So the top team earns the group lesson with Garry Kasparov.
That's right. Yeah, the winning team, and there will be a tiebreak, by the way, in case of a tie at the end of the 9 rounds. So the winning team wins. Yeah, a very nice training session with the legend, as does the best team under 2,200.
Mm-hmm.
So,
nice.
Okay. Yeah.
This game,
huge
white declined a draw, by the way, in this game. What is he trying to do? I have no idea.
Trying to find knight fork, but should be manageable.
Well, the only way black loses this is moving his king. Okay, hello. Wake up.
Yeah. Oh.
Bishop A3. Bishop A3.
Black is like Yeah, 5 seconds. So
Wow. Oh,
He's
but
the
he's just
least.
allowed. Guess what he's just allowed? Wait, he's allowed the king to get around to f5, which otherwise he wouldn't have been able to do.
oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. We've seen it all.
Yeah.
Now all 4 results possible.
All four results. But is
It's a
this
funny phrase.
is there any chance here? Like,
Not like a sack.
I feel like yeah, I don't know. I feel like
No, I
Black's
think-
king just is active enough. Yeah.
But where knight b7, bishop b4. Black is hanging by. Oh. Okay. Still a draw, I think. Maybe worth trying king e6, honestly. But
Yeah. Well, at least eventually. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Oh, I like this. He defends the pawn with the knight, but king e6. Yeah, king f4. Yeah, seems very, very drawish.
mm-hmm. White's gonna milk every last second to figure this one out. So last round coming up.
Yeah, last round will be starting, I think, in about 10 minutes. Hopefully this game ends by then.
I don't know. I mean, if white goes knight e8, then yes, but knight e8, king e4, knight d6, bishop d6, king d6, king f4, king c6. No, the problem is if you take d6, black can actually trade.
Just go into
And
the
black
pawn
promotes
again,
in
right?
time.
Yeah.
Yep. Black promotes in time. And okay, it's worth trying.
Yeah. So with 10 seconds, black might not want to risk it.
Just don't go king d4.
Oof.
Good.
Takes, wow. Clutch calculation there. Yeah, don't step onto the d file now, king f4.
Mm-hmm.
And don't step onto the e file. Although I think white can actually, but king c6 is cleaner.
Queen h4 check.
I was thinking queen h4, king f5.
Watch him play 50 moves in this position.
Yeah.
All right, time for a little draw for.
Okay, queen h4.
Yeah. Queen trade sighted. Yeah, good defense. For
Yeah.
black, that must have been the last game, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Yeah, looks like no games left. I've updated the standings for everyone. So we have Texas Tech University at the top, 7 points out of 8. 2 teams with 6.5. University of Texas Rio Grande Valley with 6.5, as well as Mizzou on that score. And then a bunch of teams with 6: St. Louis University, University of Texas Dallas, Bucharest, and so on.
So if Texas Tech. So Texas Tech, let's try to figure out if we can predict who they're going to play. They have played number 2 and number 3 and number 4. So they should play UTD. They should play UTD.
Yeah, that's interesting. And actually, it's funny. There's a couple teams here with 6 points that are doing really well for, given their rating average. Like several teams under 2,200 that are also competing for a training session. And I'm realizing now that might have been the thinking behind UTD's B team, because they have actually a really strong team, but they specifically put a very low rated player on their 4th board. And I'm wondering if they're trying to win both prizes for their team. They want that top prize and they want the under 2,200 as well.
So UTD has that 1,200 on the 4th board, right?
Yeah. Yeah, their B team does.
I see. Oh, their B team does. Okay, good. Their
Yeah.
A team, I forget who is on there. Let's see who's on their A team, because
Yeah, if you click on...
okay, it's Rahul,
yeah, there you
Rahul
go.
Petty, Ekin Ozani. Their team is really strong. They've got a chance. I think they've got a chance to knock out. And the sad thing is, as we look at the standings again, if UTD can win, then they open the doors for either UT, RGV, or Mizzou to surpass Texas Tech University.
Yeah, everyone's going to be rooting for UT Dallas here.
Oh, and guess what? Mizzou has not played UT-RGV.
So they're playing for sure.
Yeah. So a tiebreaker is going to be unlikely. For that to happen, Texas Tech would have to either draw their match, in which case the winner of UT-RGV and Mizzou will play them in a tiebreaker, or lose their match, and then there are ways that we could actually have a huge tie.
Yeah,
if
in
they
fact,
lose.
if we get a draw on board 2,
Exactly.
and Texas Tech loses, then we'll have
Oh my God.
not just 4 teams with 7 points, but multiple, because there will be a bunch of teams with 6 battling it out, and some of those teams will win as well. So,
There's a team that is a 1981 average that is 6 teams. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it looks like a university from Kiev, Ukraine. So hopefully they're playing some inspired chess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Taras Shevchenko National University. Before the game start, can I take 30 seconds to grab some coffee?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm smelling that smell, and like I need to satisfy my,
Oh, of course, go for it.
Yeah, this is to cap off a 2-day no coffee diet, so this will be particularly fun. All right, I'll be right back.
Nice. All right, hello to you folks in chat. Next round will be starting in just a few minutes. Thanks to everyone who is watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the commentary. Of course, it was a ton of fun to have Kasparov on earlier. If you missed that, you will be able to check out the VOD and watch that later on if you'd like. And yeah, we have 1 round to go. And then, honestly, a very, very possible tiebreak. We'll have to look into the tiebreak rules for what happens if there's multiple teams. But looks like if there is a playoff, the time control for that will be blitz 3+2, with a similar team pairing system. So it'll be like team matches, like 4 versus 4, and looks like they'll be playing 3+2 for that. And then if that's tied, then looks like they'll keep doing some kind of playoff matches. But it looks like in case of a multi-team playoff, if there is a tie with multiple teams, they're just going to take the top 2 teams based on the tie breaks. So this is actually where tie breaks get very, very important. We mentioned this yesterday. I don't know if we talked about it today, but the main scoring metric here is match points. So winning the match is the most important thing, whether you win it 2.5, 1.5, or 3-1 or 3.5. But if there's a tie in the end, then the main tiebreaker is going to be the number of game points, which you see in the final column here on the screen. And yeah, so that might decide things. So if there's multiple teams with 7, but 2 of them have a higher number of game points, then they're going to be the ones that advance to the playoff. Okay, so we should be getting games here actually in just a few minutes. The round is scheduled to start. Thanks everyone for following. It was all much appreciated.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And folks, if you haven't followed Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky yet, make sure to do so. I'll post the link
Thank you.
in the chat. I'm sure they're already following you already, but just in case, I don't know, just in case, you guys should go follow Daniel on his main channel as well, of course.
Thank you. Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying. Tiebreakers are generally very complicated. People don't realize how complicated they can get. Mm-hmm. There can be like 5 or 6 different types in place in case the first tiebreaker is still tied and then the second is still tied.
Yeah. By the way, I just noticed this. Check out teams number 17 and 18 in the standings. They're both on 5.5 points.
Wow.
Right next to each other.
For the
terms of
Universidade
points.
Federal de Juiz de Fora, go Brazil less
There.
than 3,
Ivan Boberski will
Brazilian
leave
born
State
here.
University of Physical Culture.
And they're both, yeah, the Ivan Boberski, both State University of Physical Culture. But the B team doing a little bit better than the A team, so we'll have to.
Wow, they're like 19-18 on game points. Like they're literally just head to head. And also, this is happening in American University of Armenia. Same situation. The A team and the C team.
C team. That's funny. Thank you for the bits. 0 to Hero Chess was rooting for the Brazilian team. That's also doing well. One of the teams on 6 points, the Universidade Federal de Juiz de Fora. Did my best there.
No, you did pretty well. All right, let's see. We have games.
Great.
Or we are about to have games.
Yeah, games will be starting soon. Let me check out the pairings here. Okay, so on board one, we're going to have Sorokin against Rahul Petty from University of Texas, Dallas. Brodsky against Kanin. Matveshin against Juxta. And Goyal against Bortolucci.
Yeah, Bortolucci was really good in the last round.
Yeah.
But I feel like UTD is actually an incredibly strong team.
They do. Yeah, I feel like, though, they got a bit of bad luck with the colors, yeah, because they got white on the board 4, who is WIM and a big rating favorite. I think they would have preferred to take black on that board and then get white on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Their other 2.
Especially because Sorokin is just a buzzsaw with white.
Yeah. As
So
is
he has to try to
Matveshin. They're
win.
both very solid, really strong.
Exactly. There we go. D4, of course. I think Sorokin has been playing D4 since he was 2 years old.
It's his first
He's
move.
the kind of player who's like never played E4 in his life.
So funny.
I think Betty's a Grunfeld player as far as I remember, but I don't know for a fact. Maybe he doesn't know what kind of player he is.
So see, it could be it could be King's Indian. We'll see.
Ooh. Okay.
I feel like he played a King's Indian against me once.
Okay, yeah, that's probably I confused it. Okay, main line. Let's see what Sorokin will play here.
I believe he's a big bayonet attack guy, big B4 specialist.
Good call.
Yeah, speaking from unfortunate experience.
Oh, you lost 7 to bayonet attack?
Yeah, I played him twice last year. First game I drew, second game I lost.
Same opening?
Yeah, the first one I played this line with A5, and then the second time I tried knight H5, just to get something new. Yeah, this was actually very similar to our first game, except I think we played a slightly different move order. C5 here is pretty interesting. I know a lot of times...
Yeah, Sorokin doesn't appear to know it.
Yeah, I feel like black often wants to wait until white is actually played like knight d2 or something to make this move. I'm not sure if... But, okay, I mean, these structures are so obviously, you're a big King's Indian guy. These structures are very, very complex. So
Ridiculously so. And what's funny is I've never really played knight c6 as my main move. Against the main line King's Indian, I played knight a6 and knight bd7, and now e takes d4 is my main move. And h6, the new Noterbeck move.
Right.
So it's kind of strange, but I have avoided a kind of mainline theory. I love this idea, though. King h8, knight g8, and f5. This is one of the cool King's Indian ideas.
Yeah, absolutely classic. No, it makes a lot of sense here. And even these days, the engine just gives white, huge advantages in these kinds of positions, but they're always so tough to play, and one mistake, the game I lost to Sorokin in this line, it's not like he just killed me out of the opening. It was actually pretty unclear, and then he outplayed me, being a stronger player. But the opening itself was definitely very double-edged.
Yeah, definitely black playing for the win here. Sorokin would not have taken a quick draw, given their situation on board 4.
Yeah.
Didn't see 1. Okay, well, complicated position. I think this one is going to get. This one has the air of like a long, drawn out,
Right.
maneuvering affair. So let's go around the horn.
For sure.
This is the big match. Okay, Connor and Brodsky have a Italiano.
Yeah, h6 g5. We saw someone playing this yesterday. I don't remember if it was Conan or someone else. Okay, it's an online game, so I know White castled correctly. If this was a junior game, I'd be like, did White put the king on h1 and rook on e1?
Oh, by accident, yeah.
They tried to castle. Wait, hold on. Was the f2 pawn? F2 pawn was hanging, but poisoned on the previous move.
It was poisoned, probably had something to do with bishop takes f7 check.
Yeah.
So like the bishop moves and then there's like tactics with the discovery on e5.
Right.
No, but Conan, look at his clock. He's up to 10:05, more than he started with.
Yeah.
It's very hard to out-prepare David.
Right. But yeah, Black is definitely not threatening to take on f2 just yet. This is why we'll still have rook f1 and tactics on the f file. But maybe he goes g4 at some point. And
I think g4 is a huge threat. I mean,
Right.
g4, h5, h4, and say your prayers, choose your last meal,
Okay, knight b3.
I don't know.
a1's b5.
Yeah, but big whoop. The knight moves back.
Right.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I like Simon's preparation here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, he moves back preemptively. He moves back. Also good. Now, like I told you yesterday, like I lose these games with both colors. Like with black, I get massaged on all the light squares. With white, I just get checkmated on the king side.
Yeah. No, I wanted to say, folks, it's like, got to be careful before trying this at home, because like Black's king is in the center. You never really know, but it's a pretty instructive situation in these e4, e5 positions, I would say, at least for advanced players, where it's like, yeah, Black can just play with the king on e8, just build up on the king side, and then one day maybe castle queen side when the time is right. Maybe even there'll be a moment to just slide the king to like g7 or something,
Yeah, or keep it in the center. I mean, which is relatively safe. Bishop e3 is a good move. I mean, you have to get rid of this bishop.
Right.
And if I'm Conan, I'm probably considering going g4 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe, I don't know, h5, h4. It's not like the end of the world necessarily if Black goes g3, but it definitely can be.
Yeah. Certainly looks annoying.
Yeah,
Knight
knight
g6.
g6. Accumulating pieces on the king side, preparing knight f4 potentially. No, this is just like practically, and this is very unpleasant for white, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly looks that way. Yeah, like what's this knight on b3 doing? It's tough.
Many great things. Conquering the world.
Yeah, shall we get going here? Or move on to the next board 3?
On board 3, we have Matvushin with the white pieces. Against.
Okay.
I'm just look at the last two moves: knight e2 to c1, knight b6 to c8.
Yeah, both sides
Against Yuksta.
maneuvering.
Karolius Yuksta.
Yeah, classic of classics.
It's an awesome name.
Mm-hmm. I read it
But
as
it feels-
Juksta.
Yeah, maybe it is.
But yeah,
This
f3
doesn't
now.
feel great for black.
Yeah, it's kind of provoking f5, I would think. But even then, it doesn't necessarily stop white from playing e4.
No, yeah, it doesn't. Although there's, 5e4, fe, rook f1. Black's king gets very weak at the end of that line, so.
Mm-hmm.
And if black continues with his plan, which I assume is knight d6, then already white can play e4. No, this is
Yeah.
no fun.
Yeah, somehow here it's quite annoying for black. And honestly, I feel like, I don't know, the fact that black has played h6 and not g6 seems like kind of a big deal. Just feels a little bit weaker.
Light squares on the king's side.
Yeah.
You're right. Good call. He played f5. In a blitz game, I would go e4 without thinking.
Right.
just explode the center and hope for the best.
It was very tempting, especially while black's rooks are still disconnected. Seems like you just want to do it quickly.
If he doesn't do it, I'll be shocked, honestly. It's asking to be played.
Okay, I mean, it's Madvishin. He comes from the Sorokin school of solid chess.
Does. There we go.
There we go, yeah.
I think he's slightly more like Sorokin is a Caro-Kann player. Madvishin plays the Najdorf, that I know.
Gotcha.
So he has a little bit of spice in his play. A little bite.
Yes, starting to stray.
Yeah, Sorokin's not approve. Does not approve of that. Okay, so we should check out board 4 also, because if UTD fails to win board 4, then I'm not going to say the match is over, but they have to win board 4.
Yeah. So this is WIM, I believe, Tarini Goyal from UT Dallas playing whites. And yeah, what is happening here exactly?
Lack of development for black. Well, white is better. That much is clear.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how much better.
Yeah, very interesting position. I definitely like the two bishops here in the center. F3 I think is interesting. It certainly wasn't my first instinct, but I can definitely understand the intention. You get a square for your king. You get to play e4 maybe. And then yeah, if d5, I mean that would be very nice for white. Then white would have everything, space and the bishop here. So I'm a little surprised.
I thought it
e4
deserved
didn't
attention.
happen.
Yeah, on the previous move. Maybe e4 there was queen f6, d5, knight d4, but still, I mean, white must be better there. And d5 immediately is also an idea.
Right.
So looking pretty good. I think black should probably go rook d8 here to prevent d5.
And what about just throwing in c takes d4?
Yeah, to like entirely prevent e4.
Yeah.
I like it. I like CD. CD, ED, rook d8, and then if you can get your bishop out, maybe b6, bishop b7, suddenly the situation begins to appear a lot more double-edged.
Yeah. Even some e5 somewhere, like takes e5.
Mm-hmm.
And then on d5, like rook d8 or something.
Yeah. Get some squares for your knight in the center. A bishop d3 in that position.
Oh, yeah,
He does take.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, abstractly, I think it's the right direction of thinking. Let's see if black plays rook d8. I think he probably will.
Rook d8 feels, extremely natural. And hanging pawns, I don't have such a solid understanding of. I'm not always.
No, neither do I. I'm worried he'll go queen a5 for some reason. I don't know why. I'm worried he'll play that move, but we'll see.
Well, if queen a5, then
bishop c3. I mean, it's a bad move, but I just I always try to predict how, like, slightly lower rated players, like the instructive mistakes that they tend to make, which I think is one of the most effective methods of instruction.
Yeah, definitely.
Just going over typical mistakes. But yeah, rook d8 here feels solid, but black is quite low on time.
Mm-hmm. So feeling the pressure a bit on this board. But this is, I mean, by far the most important match.
Yeah, we should focus on it. Let's go back. Okay, rook d8 played, very nice. Let's go to the top board again, because we're starting to see time dwindling.
Ooh.
And this feels... I don't know how this feels.
This got
How
sharp.
does this feel?
Looks like Black sacrificed the h6 pawn
Yeah.
a couple of moves ago. With this, I think Aronian in particular loves doing this. I've seen so many games he like gives this h6 pawn and plays f5, f4, just to trade off the dark squared bishops and then get this like play on. It's like this Benko style play on the king side almost.
Yeah, rook h8, queen g8, and then there's sacks on h3. Huh. So knight g5 is always tempting, but there's like knight takes d5. Maybe tactics. Well, I could sack a piece on d6.
Yeah. That might not be bad. That's a lot of pawns.
It's a lot of pawns, and that rook on a3 can come into the defense and then the counterattack via f3. I think Sorokin's going to do it. This is more of like a positional sack.
Yeah, so you're thinking knight takes d6, rook d6, and like knight e5, right? Threatening queen g6.
Yes. Yes, Jen. Exactly. Yeah, 95. And I could pick up another pawn on b7 if necessary.
Right.
Now, I feel like it's almost a slam dunk for white to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like now's the time. Got to change the character of the position.
For sure. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The games are starting to... There will be many time scrambles, I assume, in the top match.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just starting.
KFC Cup, yeah.
Wow. Okay, bravo, Sorokin.
He sacrificed a piece. But is it really, it's 3 pawns already? No, I really feel like Petty is in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, to me
Not
this
trying
seems
to be petty here, but
extremely pleasant.
queen g6 a mate threat, by the way, mate in 2. Yeah, this is bad. In the meantime, okay, rook h6 is played. The situation also heating up in okay, all of the games are getting really, really sharp.
Awesome.
So let's go to Matvishin's game briefly.
Okay, this is board 3.
Yes.
This queen got to b4.
Yep. Rook e5 feels natural here. But that knight on f4 is quite nicely placed. It's also protecting d5. It's pressuring the bishop. It's more of a double-edged position than it may appear, I think.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, I guess optically... Yeah, I'm definitely biased towards white structure here, but...
Yeah. Sure.
Could be some tricks. Yeah, I don't know. Seems
White
like
is
solid. Maybe like king h1, just like...
Okay, play slowly, improve position.
Yeah, exactly.
No, white definitely should be better here. Maybe also a3 to force the queen off of b4 and then go something like knight c5. So... Yeah. No, good position. Good position for Victor, and he should try to keep his time advantage. Okay, lots of action on all of the boards here. Let's check out the Kanan game.
Yeah, this is
We have
Brodsky
an
Kanan.
endgame.
Whoa.
Knight g1. Whoa, look at that knight.
Yeah, pointy wins. Pointy mate. Man.
I have no idea who's better here. Like, how do you evaluate this?
Yeah, this is wild.
Brodsky has to be happy they traded queen, so he's not going to get mated anytime soon. In Bughouse, this would be quite a bad position.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
Instant death. I don't know. It looks very nice for black. I mean, if even if he didn't take like bishop g4 and just keeping this knight on g1 locked in. But okay, goes for the pawns. I mean, also this feels very, very reasonable.
Yeah, they're just trying. Texas Tech's trying to bring the hammer down.
Yeah,
on
big
all
time.
the boards.
Big time. Well, actually, things are looking kind of nice for Texas Tech right now because Sorokin's doing well, Matvision's doing well, and Conan's doing well. So all three boards.
Yeah, and the last board is still holding on. Again, at this point, I think it's safe to say if UTD doesn't win the last board, the match is basically over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out how that last board is doing. Bishop g4, Conan's bishop coming out. He is better.
Yeah.
On the last board, we have an endgame, so it's also not a given that white wins this.
Yeah, definitely not. I agree.
Maybe f5 and g5 with an attack. Yeah, white's going to keep pushing this one. But which game should we focus on until I feel like at this point
drop back to board one maybe? That was like such a sharp position.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, what happened here? So I mean, white took on e5 and then went back with the knight, I guess, to get the queen in. Can we see like the last couple moves?
Yeah. So we saw the sack, rook h6, rook f3, which made sense, attacking the pawn. Rook b6, queen a1, defend, attack, get the queen around, and get the king out of the pin. Wait, is there rook e6?
Ooh.
Could be unpleasant.
Rook e6.
Mildly.
Queen d8.
Yeah, knight takes up. Oh.
G3.
Oh, that is one of those Sorokin moves.
Wow.
Knight f4. Oh, I think it's winning. Knight f4, knight e6.
Yeah. This is a positional masterclass, despite having sacked the piece.
Yeah, no, he's incredible.
But yeah, knight f4 just looks over.
I'm sure even rook f4 is good, but I don't see a reason to shy away from knight f4.
Rook e6 is definitely still on the table. But yeah, well, he's thinking rook f4. Okay, go after the pin. Fair enough. Rook h6.
But what's the follow-up? He does have a minute, so if he doesn't deliver in the next couple of moves, he could pay the price for his time pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to need to break through here, which might require like a g4. G4,
yeah.
g5.
God forbid.
Yeah, hard to play in time pressure.
Knight c6 also I like.
Ooh.
But then maybe rook takes c6, and black somehow creates some threats against white's king.
Rook c6 would be, yeah.
40 seconds.
Okay, bishop c8.
We've seen these matches just go crazy. Ooh, knight d3, I don't love. Just sort of keeping the status quo. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's counterplay.
Oh, it was a huge mistake.
Oh, wow.
Knight d3 was a terrible move.
Dang, I didn't see the idea behind bishop c8, but that's, oof. And knight d3 just walks into it, too, the double attack.
This is unbelievable. They might choke. And not only is this not winning anymore, this might just be lost.
Well, it looks... Yeah, I don't even...
He forgot about the H-file.
Right. I mean, you can go queen somewhere, like queen d2, but...
And pray.
Yeah, the attack looks very, very annoying.
Something felt off about... Okay, now he plays rook e6. Wow.
Oof. Okay, talk about, like, yeah, backing someone into a corner.
And then now, yeah.
Okay.
I think... First off, bishop takes c6. It's probably winning for black. Yeah, he's playing very fast. He's down a rook.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's not enough.
96 coming.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Wait a second.
I spoke way too soon.
96. Petty is playing really quickly. I'm actually surprised at how quickly Petty is playing. He's got to go 96, you would imagine. No, it should be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
The Sorokin should not even toy around with the idea of going queen h4. Will he go queen e7? Go for it? No.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to figure out like who could play for a win here. It's like, yeah, but the bishop on c6 is very solid.
Yeah, so queen f5 should be considered. Now he's probably checking out the other team games. So
Right.
Brodsky's game is going to be super important because I think Vishen, I'm not going to say has it in the bag, but it feels like he's going to win his game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, draw. All right, so off we go to Brodsky's game.
Oh, this one changed a lot.
Yeah, still should be winning for Kanin,
Feels very nice, yeah.
but it's not easy. Far from easy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But it's the problem for white, it seems like you can't win this H pawn without giving up one of your other pawns. So
You're right, and you've got 20 seconds, which makes it very hard to survive these types of endgames. Okay, in these types of positions, you try to. 8 seconds. 6. Okay, he's going to tread water, which I think makes sense.
yeah. Rook e3 now. Annoying move for white.
Extremely. 1 second. D4, maybe time to push.
Yeah.
In Yuke's this game, quickly just going to look to see. Oh, it's a draw. Vishen fails to win that game. Oh my god, they might lose.
Oh no. So Texas Tech, they made 2 draws so far. And
Okay, but it does look like Kanin's going to win.
so Condon's winning.
What about the last board?
Yeah, so if Condon wins, then it'll definitely just depend on the last board. That means they might
Condon
tie
will
their
win.
match. Yeah.
It's over. This game is over completely.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
Rook H3.
right.
Never say over, but... Oh, Rook H3, Rook E1 maybe? Last chance? I guess not over yet. I'm speaking too soon.
Oh yeah.
It would be insane if Brodsky saves this and then Goyal wins and then one of the two teams wins.
But check in Rook B2, yeah?
Oh. But okay, Rook G7 and H5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still.
These dark end games are tricky in the sense that no matter how many pawns you win, it's never totally over. Like, you need to,
Right.
you know, you need precision until the end.
Yeah. I feel like Rook B2, Rook G7, take H5, King E3. Like, bring the king over for black, you know, to...
He takes it.
Okay, takes here.
Rook G7 forced. I mean, at this point, what are you thinking about?
Yeah. Come on, David.
Yeah. Every second is important here. Now, Rook E7, check King D3. Get Rook B7, King C3, Rook B6.
Yeah,
Okay,
gets Rook B6.
Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Kanin might be choking this a little bit here.
Yeah. Is King E3 something? Rook E7, Rook E4. Okay, it goes D4.
Rook B6. But Rook B6, there's King E3.
King
So
E3.
maybe Rook C7, I think you have to play.
Uh-huh.
But Rook H6?
Yeah, maybe Rook A7 also.
Oh my gosh. This is still a game. Rook A7.
Rook A7.
No, King C2.
King C2. Yeah, D pawn super fast.
Okay.
That was a nice construction for black.
Oh, black should be able to draw. Bortolucci might draw.
Wait, so Bortolucci holds. That means Texas Tech just wins.
Okay, so this is over. We can switch from this game. He's going to flag. It's
Yeah.
all up to Bortolucci, who's got and he draws.
That's it?
That's
They
it.
drew? Wow.
They drew. And Texas Tech wins. Kahnen beats Brodsky with black, and the rest draw. He is the hero.
Holy moly. Wow. Congrats to Texas
What
Tech
an
University. I'm sure their coach, Alex Onischuk, very happy to see that. That was unexpected. What happened in that board 4 game? They agreed to a draw in that final position?
Yeah, they did, but I mean, she was, I thought, completely winning at some point. Oh,
Wow.
she was completely winning. But Bortolucci made a couple mistakes here and there, and they were in a time scramble. And Bortolucci managed to hold. Oh, and he was winning at some point too, but White has to play this. I mean, at least try.
Yeah, maybe was unaware of the team situation at this point. Not sure.
Unreal. Okay, so let's see. I'm curious now how the second. Okay, this.
Yeah, so second match, Rio Grande Valley against Mizzou. It looks like top 2 boards were split. Gazik beat Oparin. Antipov won on board 2. Josiah won, so giving Mizzou 2 points. So that means Dante Bukes for UTRGV has to win the final game. And I just I don't even know if he's white or black, but I'm like, okay, not winning.
He's black, and he's definitely not winning. Yeah. Even if he promotes, White takes the last remaining pawn. Right. God, the amount of GMs watching these games is just honestly out of this world.
That's funny.
Draw. So Mizzou wins.
So Mizzou wins their match. They'll be jumping into second place, sounds like.
So SLU needed to win, or else they'd have tie breaks.
Yeah. So, congrats again to Texas Tech University winning with 8 points. Looks like Mizzou gets clear second with 7.5. St. Louis University.
There are the final standings.
And Universitas, what is that? Brawijaya?
Brawijaya, is that India or Indonesia?
Place.
Let me look at. I mean, I Google the address of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm curious.
Universitas.
Indonesia.
Yep.
Well, so congrats to them. So it looks like they're the top under 2200 team. So they'll be getting their own training session with Kasparov. So congrats to them. I believe they're also sending out some trophies and some plaques to the top placing teams. Mm-hmm. So, there you have it, folks. The final standings. Wow, that was a very abrupt finish.
It was. It really came down to, Simon Kahnen, he wins that must-win game.
Very clutch.
You know, obviously, Texas Tech, they had a chance. Their opponents had a chance, UTD. But if UTD had won that match, then they still... UTD-B surpasses UTD-A. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Had they won, we would have had a 4-team tiebreak. Just the top 2 would have gone to the playoffs, but it would have been 4 teams tied at the. Oh no! Excuse me. Then Mizzou would have just won outright, because they would have been.
Oh yeah, because 7.5.
Yeah.
Everybody else would have had 7. So Mizzou is cursing David Brodsky.
Oh, no.
But that's how these tournaments always happen, you know. So, wow.
Poor David. Hey, we have
tournament.
Benjamin Bach in the chat from the St. Louis University. Shout out to Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, well, Daniel, I think that's gonna do it for the stream. Thanks so much for joining me these 2 days. It was a blast. It actually did go by very, very quickly, I felt.
It did. It was great commentating with you, Kostya. I mean, you have a great channel, super educational, and the commentary I do normally it is pretty intense. So it was good to do something a little bit more chill. And I've had a long relationship with Kasparov and Mikhail Khodorkovsky, so I'm always happy to help out. It was a pleasure commentating with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, folks. Make sure to go follow Danya on his channel if you haven't already. Just put the link in the chat. And yeah, folks, thanks for tuning in. If you missed today's show, we had Garry on earlier, of course, which was awesome. And if you missed yesterday's stream, you can check out the VODs. And otherwise, I guess, yeah, we'll be seeing you next time. I'm gonna go on a quick break, and then we'll be rating someone. So take care, everyone.